Hello, and thank you for tuning in for another book talk from the Grandview Heights Public Library. My name is Courtney. I am a library associate, so I work mostly upstairs in the adult fiction department, but you might see me all over the place in the building. And today I have a couple books to share with you. So my first one is called All the Feels by Olivia Dade. This is one of my favorite books that I've read in the past few months. It is actually, so it's a romance novel. It is a sequel to Dade's very popular book that came out last year that was called Spoiler Alert. This one also is a contemporary romance. It sort of centers around this fictional TV show that has a lot of Game of Thrones type vibes. And the actors that are involved in the show, there's lots of fan fiction elements to it. It's just really fun and really funny. I will say the first book, Spoiler Alert, was very good. It wasn't totally my cup of tea. This one, though, All the Feels, I really, really enjoyed this book. So if you weren't totally sure about Spoiler Alert, if you tried it last year, I would still recommend giving this book a shot. It centers around the character Alex, who plays Cupid on this sort of Greek mythology-based epic television show. And he has a lot of feelings about what's going on with the show, what the choices the show writers are making, and he's struggling with a lot of things. He has this big outburst that happens that kind of creates like a media situation. And the showrunners assign him basically a caretaker to make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble before the end of the show. And that is Lauren, who's right here on the cover. This is a fantastic cover, by the way. And Lauren is a former ER therapist who is kind of taking a mental health break to just recover from a very trying, difficult job. And so she figures this is going to be a pretty easy thing, and a lot ensues. It's really fun. There's road trips. There's some really fantastic banter, lots of, as I said, fan fiction references. And I don't read a lot of fan fiction, even I got it. So I don't think you need to be an insider to appreciate the fun stuff that's happening in this book. And it also has some more, it takes a light touch to some more serious mental health type topics too. I was just really, really impressed by this book. My second book, I'm actually still currently reading. It's called A Marvellous Light. It's by Freya Marske, and she is an Australian writer. This is her first book, although she also was a part of the Hugo Award-winning podcast called Be the Serpent that was about fantasy fiction. And this is a historical fantasy novel with the LGBTQ romance. That's a big part of the plot. It's the first book in a series, and I am not done with the book yet, but I am really excited that there are going to be more coming. So it's set in Edwardian England, and basically the idea is that there's this short sort of shadow fantasy magical society within England. And this main character, Robin, sort of accidentally, by mistake, gets assigned to be the liaison between the non-magical government and the magical government, and has no idea about any of this. So he sort of gets thrown into the deep end with this. He gets wrapped up in a lot of things he knows nothing about. There are curses, there are magicians, there are a lot of secrets and duplicitous intentions. This book is so engaging and interesting. I love the world that this author has created in this book. I love the characters. I love that they're flawed and complicated and interesting. And I can't wait to see where this story goes. I think that if you have ever read any books by K.J. Charles or maybe even Natasha Pulley, I think that you would find a lot to appreciate in this book. So I hope that you enjoyed those recommendations. Happy New Year, and I hope you'll tune in again in a couple weeks to get some more recommendations from a staff member. Bye.